Okay guys, welcome to the video. It's going to be my 4th week of Rebound and then a little extra treat for you. So get comfortable and enjoy the video.
A pair of jeans, a shirt or two. We didn't pack as if we weren't going back. It doesn't matter if it's true. I've got a feeling love will give us what we lack. The world is waiting up. The world is waiting half a step beyond our door. Yeah. And if it's not enough, I wanna see the stuff the world has got in store. I wanna take it all in, I'm falling. The cityscape by night, wanna catch in my photos. Where you go, every corner twice as bright. They'll be my treasures forever. When I can't hold you tight, I'll see the Stockholm lights. The Stockholm lights, the Stockholm lights. Tomorrow feels a year away, like the seconds, the beginning and the end. But if in time it's yesterday, your picture's gonna bring it home to me again. The world is waiting up. The world is waiting half a step beyond our door. And if it's not enough, I wanna see the stuff the world has got in store. I wanna take it all in, I'm falling.
Okay guys, just want to give you a breakdown of this last week of Rebound and the little extra trail over I let happen. So let's jump into it with macros. So my macros for the last week of the Rebound was 170 grams of protein, 365 grams of carbs and 105 grams of fats. I'll put the actual breakdown on the screen here, but again, this is more than enough protein. Just realistically, it's over that 2 grams per kilogram of body weight, so it's definitely more than I need. And in terms of my carbohydrates and fats, I have no complaints there because I realistically can't complain because it's more than I needed. In terms of my calories, it's around 3,100, so again, it was sort of more than I needed. Realistically, 2,900 to 3,000 calories probably would have done me fine. But I'll put the actual number on the screen here. And in terms of the macros for that trail over or like extra part of the week or into the next week, I'll put the actual breakdown on the screen here. But again, it was around 160 grams of protein, 350 grams of carbs and 95 grams of fats. But this is like right there in terms of my protein intake because it's nearly 2 grams per kilogram of body weight, so I can't really complain there. I'm still getting a good amount of carbs and a decent amount of fats to do what I need to do, so can't really complain. In terms of my calories, it was around 2,900. I put the actual number on the screen here, and as you can see, it's about maintenance, so there should be no cause for concerns there. So moving on from there, my last week of the Rebound was pretty good in terms of my nutrition. I had no cravings really, and my nutrition was pretty good. It may have been bumped over maintenance by about 100 calories, but that's mainly because I was trying to have more fruits and I was craving more fruits and veg, and I was definitely having more fiber than what was needed in terms of what's recommended for fiber intake. So bare minimum, I think the reference is around 30 grams per person per day. So I was over that, so I can't really complain there. And then moving on to why I let this video sort of run on a little bit more. So I wanted to show you the last week of the Rebound as planned, and then because I saw gyms closing down throughout the world, I sort of had an inclination or sort of felt like it was going to close, or sort of knew it was going to close here in England. So I just kept recording until the day they closed it, or the day before they closed it, and then I was like, okay, that's why I'll chop it, because I knew it was going to happen at some point. So I decided to give you that week and a little bit extra as well, so you can see my last few days before we went into a lockdown. So in terms of lockdown, I understand why it's there. It's not great. I don't really like it, but I know why we need to do it, and I understand how effective it's going to be, or that it's used to effectively help with the problem. So I don't have to like it, but I can abide by it, and I can sort of accept it until we're set free again. And in terms of my gym stuff, or my gymming, my training, struggling there. In terms of my training, that last week of the rebound, everything was fine. The only thing that went wrong was the fact that I messed up on the Monday, because the first day of training, because I used the wrong weight for the wrong rep scheme. So I didn't realise till I got home, and then I watched the video back and was like, yeah, you've done that wrong. I was like annoyed at myself. I felt like I was being really silly, and I wasn't best pleased. But then from the next day and the rest of the workouts for that week, I made sure I was doing the right weight at the right rep scheme, and everything went actually correctly, and it was fine from that point. I was just annoyed at myself. And then we get on to that last few days of working out before they closed the gym. So I started on the Tuesday, I did my deadlift session, and I got my warm-up set done, and then the bar just wouldn't move. I spent like 20 minutes trying to get my working sets done. It just didn't happen. So I was like, let me go home, save myself, and then come back tomorrow. That didn't really work out as planned, because I pretty much fried my CNS and fried my back, so it was like sore and tight. So I went back the next day still on the Wednesday and did my bench session. Managed to like grind it out. I mean, literally grind it out. And then finished the rest of the workout and went home. Rested on Thursday, and then Friday I went and did my squat session. And again, that was a struggle. Like, I wasn't able to do it, so I had to choose an alternative. And then I finished the rest of the workout, and then I came home, and then I found out, I think it was either that evening or the next morning, that we were pretty much all gyms and stuff, like non-essential things were pretty much closed. So I pretty much couldn't go to the gym. So I was just like, okay, I'll now spend these next few days recovering, and then I'll get back to doing something like home workouts and stuff until they reopen the gyms. So basically that whole week after that deadlift incident, because myself and the person, or say my coach or whatever, the other person who helped me was like, yeah, they're going to close everything. I was like, yeah, I sort of know. It's like, just work out until such point that they close it. So I did. And then I'm pretty much just accepting that it's going to be home workouts and stuff like that. And in terms of what I'm looking forward to afterwards, so once we get set free again, set free, we're not actually locked up properly, but we're sort of, yeah, but anyways, we will be able to go back to the gym. That's what I'm trying to get to. And once I do that, I'll be starting a new program, which is good for me, because I was getting to the point where I was falling out of love with deadlift. Like, on days it was good, I was happy, ready to go, and on days where it wasn't going so well, or it just didn't work, I would just feel like proper down and angry, and then I'd wake up the next day stiff and unable to move properly, and just like my back would be really sore, really tight, and not as mobile. And I got to the point of thinking, do I really want to deal with this every day or every week for the rest of my life? And I was like, no. Can I see myself deadlifting every week for the next few years, if not rest of my life? I was like, not really. Do I want to? Not really. So now I know, well, I knew there was alternatives, and because I also fell out of love with powerlifting, because I was like, can I see myself doing this for the rest of my life? No. Do I want to do this for the rest of my life? I was like, no. So I was like, something needs to change. So sort of having the program changed, So now I will be doing an alternative to deadlift. I'll still be getting in like the work I need to get in general anyways, but I'll be doing an alternative to it, and basically it's more in line with what I want to do now, because I've gone from just wanting to be strong as anything, well, strong as hell, but I now want to be, I still want to be strong, don't get me wrong, but I also want to be explosive, powerful, mobile, and well conditioned, or well, like very fit. That's basically because I'm looking at things from a more long-term perspective. Like in the short term is where I was basically looking, I'm thinking year to year, but in general I took a step back and reflected and looked on a long-term scale. And when I did that, I was like, okay, I need to actually make this, I need to align it with what I think I'll need for the long term as well as just the short term. So yeah, plus I would also do some stuff I used to be able to do when I was like better conditioned, and I tried it and I was just like, yeah, you're not fit enough to do this anymore. Or there'd be times I was doing things and I was just thinking, if I was a little bit fitter, it'd be so much easier. So I'm now trying to like become more athletic basically, and it's probably, I say that it's partially to do with the fact that I'm like more interested in that, and there's probably a tiny little bit of me that probably influenced by the fact I'm looking at people who are like sports or things that are more functional, more athletic, and make me actually think, okay, this may be the right way to go for what I'm trying to do. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Anyways guys, if you've enjoyed this video, and my mind is rambling, but yeah, if you've enjoyed this video, can I get you to leave me a like by hitting that thumbs up button, sharing this with your friends and family if you think it'd be informative, entertaining, or give you like an opportunity to see perspectives and how someone's perspective can change in a short period of time, or a shorter period of time. Subscribe if you're not already so you never miss another video, as long as you ring that notification bell. And most importantly, enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one.